Hey everybody, it is Mike and Denise, 55 years young, from the Villages, Florida.
Hi.
We are the founders of the Villages Community Information. So if you're not in that group already, just look down below where you're watching this and you'll see the links to join. And also, if you don't see them down below, just look at the description of this YouTube channel because there's a link right there. And you'll have all the other links of all the stuff we have going on. So this is a special video that we put together for you because there's always questions, right? Our group, people are always asking questions. We highly encourage that. So this is the top 50 questions that people ask about the Villages, right? So we didn't even know about the Villages till a couple of years ago. Even though we have a house right outside the bubble, they call it the bubble, right? So if you're new, you're gonna learn a ton from this video and share it with people. Let us know your comments or other questions, maybe things that we didn't get answered for you. Let us know. And if you've been here for a while, I think you're still going to learn a lot because we have some very interesting things here. And we'll kind of put this in our own order of ranking with the most popular, most asked questions to the least. So we'll start with the number one. What is the Villages, Florida? Like if you had to describe the Villages, what would you say? What did you say, Denise?
It's the largest retirement community in the world.
Okay, and I also say it's the largest planned community in the world, the largest of any planned community. There's about 150,000 people that live in this community. So also it's just a master plan, retirement, active adult community, like a 55 plus, right? We're 55. So we have no problems being here, but we're gonna get to more specifics on that as we go through the videos. And guess what? It covers 3 counties. It's in Sumter, Lake, and Marion. And it's tens of square miles, designed primarily for adults 55 plus, has homes, right? Recreation centers, shopping, dining, entertainment, golf cart mobility. You see golf carts, bikes going behind us, right up there during this video.
So are you answering the second question of 50?
No, not yet.
Where it is?
Not yet. Golf cart mobility and a large number of amenities. Number 2, okay. Well, that was number 1. That was okay. What is the Villages? Okay. So number 2 is who can live in the Villages? Age, full-time versus part-time, etc. What would you say? Like someone says, how do I know if I can live there? What do you say?
I think it used to be a 55 and over community. At least one of the parties had to be over 55, but I've heard that that's not true anymore. But why don't you tell me the answer?
Well, it is 55. It's age restricted. You know that there's only one way or very few ways that you can legally discriminate in real estate these days in the United States, and age restricted 55 is legal. It's a legal form of discrimination. And the way the 55 plus works in general is that you have to have a certain percentage of residents that are over 55, and after that, you can let anybody in, unless there's other more particular regulations, which there are here, because people who are under 18 or under 19, I think, are not allowed to live here any more than a short period of time, regardless.
Yeah, so your kids can't live here permanently, but if you did one of the fire things and you retired at 20, now you can buy in the Villages, right?
Yeah, exactly, because there are so many people here. There's 150,000 people that because there are so many and they're over 55 already, you know what I'm saying? There's so many people that they can take pretty much anybody from this point. But this isn't really that attractive, I don't think, to people that are under 55, is it?
No, and I saw a sign on the pool yesterday that said you had to be over 30. So,
really?
Yeah, don't think that you can buy here and enjoy all the amenities because apparently some are also age restricted, some of the amenities.
Okay, and Denise and I think is looking out for ants because we're in Florida here. So
yes.
There are ants. All right, so generally at least one member of the household must be 55 or older to meet 55 plus community status, and persons under age 19 are typically not permitted to live full-time. Visitors under 19 may stay for limited periods. Some parts of the community designated family unit neighborhoods may allow younger occupants, and there are. If you know which ones those are, let us know. Maybe either you want to stay away from them or you want to go there, depending upon your situation. And actually, let's walk over here because the sun is a little closer to the camera. Yeah, it's just getting me. There's lots of sun here. Also, many residents are full-time, though there are part-time seasonal residents. There's plenty of snowbirds. I mean, technically we're snowbirds. So anybody can do anything. You can even rent your properties out. I don't think there's any restrictions on that. We're going to get to that later. So let's go. You have anything else to add?
No.
Number 2?
What's the next question?
Number 3, what is the overall lifestyle like in the villages? If somebody asks you that, what are you going to tell them?
It's relaxed, and I see a positive vibe going on. Usually when I'm walking around trying to find a restroom on my lunch break, I'm thinking about my next meeting, and I do not have a smile on my face, but other people are walking around like they're at Disney World.
Without a care in the world.
Like they can't wait to find out what they can do next.
All right, so the lifestyle is very active and social. So what does that mean for introverts? If you're an introvert, it says it's an active and social lifestyle. Because I'm an introvert, Denise is an introvert.
Well, I still like to socialize with people. We went to the Firehouse restaurant, Fire City.
City Fire restaurant in Brownwood Paddock Square.
So that we could watch some band members playing.
Stephanie, our moderator, Stephanie, in the Village's community information group.
Yeah. So I would say that just because you're an introvert doesn't mean you don't like to get out and see people.
Okay. So the lifestyle is very active and social for retirees / older adults. Golf, numerous courses, right? So this is really technically a golf course community. You see the golf carts, that's how it started. And we're on a path. There's lots of separate paths where you don't have to worry about colliding with cars. But in the older sections, near Spanish Springs, there are like little lines on the roads where the carts can go and the cars can go on the left, carts on the right, and there's no division there other than a painted line. Those are, that was the early days. They don't do that anymore. Now they have tunnels and separate paths like this. This path actually goes behind a shopping center here, more on the southern section of the villages. So,
Number 5.
Oh, I haven't. I'm only on 3. We got to hurry this up. Okay. Numerous golf courses, tennis, pickleball, bocce ball, swimming, social clubs, thousands of them. I think there's 3,000. And we have a social club too. Look down below. It's called Health Optimization Club in the Villages FL. And anybody can join our social club. Usually you have to be a resident. You have to own property in order to participate in the social clubs, but not ours. There's nightly entertainment. That's free. You don't need to be a resident for that. So most of the stuff you do need to be a resident or have a pass or a guest or rent a house. But our club and the nightly entertainment, you don't. Okay, there's 4 squares now. They are Spanish Springs. Can you name them all? Lake Sumter Landing, Brownwood Paddock Square, and the new one, Eastport. And we have videos of all those. Check the links below or join our group, the Villages Community Information. You'll see all the links in the description of the group. Okay, large town squares, golf cart trails, connecting amenities. It emphasizes convenience, recreation, community, social engagement, and mobility by golf cart. Some call it, quote, college for retired people, unquote. What do you think? Is it college for retired people?
No, because there are no classes for
no
learning
tests
involved, no exams, and no tuition that's $30,000 a year.
No stress. And I define stress as doing something you don't want to do, right?
Yeah.
That's how I define stress anyway. So everybody here is doing stuff they want to do. Is that right?
Yeah.
So that's like the rest of the world, everyone's forced to do things they don't want to do. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Like work.
Yeah. Like these people are riding bikes. They're doing something they want to do, right? All right, number 4. What makes the Villages different from other retirement 55 plus communities? What would you say if you're answering? What makes it different? I mean, have you seen, we went to On Top of the World, which is in Ocala. We visited there.
My aunt lived in a retirement community that was age restricted, and they had a pool and some scheduled fitness classes like water aerobics, but there weren't groups and other activities scheduled around the clock like they're here at the Villages.
And that's the one in the mobile home park?
Wildwood.
Yeah, there's many communities, in like her community. We went there a couple times that are adjacent. And you could have a golf cart there and you could drive it into the Villages. Mm-hmm. It's hard. It's not, you got to kind of jump through some hoops. They make it here so that it really benefits you to own property in the Villages if you want to do golf carts. If you want to drive your car, like every other American does, you can live outside the bubble, right? Because she lived outside the bubble.
Yeah.
All right. What makes it different from other retirement communities? That was the question, right? Mm-hmm. Number 4. Key differentiators are size. This is very large, many thousands of homes. Like we said, it's the largest planned community of any kind in the world, 150,000 residents. Number and variety of amenities, golf cart culture, extensive trails, mobility, multiple town squares. Oh, I already went through all that, didn't I?
Part of number 1.
Yeah, we're repeating it. Okay. Large number of clubs, activities, relatively lifestyle intensive rather than just passive living. Is that accurate?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't just live there like you're in a nursing home. You're active here.
You don't sit in a lazy boy and watch TV all day? Is this a good place to do that?
You could, but why would you want to when there's so much to do?
All right. Also, it is continuously developing / expanding. That is true. There's plenty of content we have on that. The amenity fee is relatively modest compared to luxury retiring communities. We're going to get into what that is in a few questions coming up. Number 5, are non-golfers welcome? What do they do for activities? We're non-golfers.
Yeah, they're still welcome. I still see like rec centers in all of the squares, and they have like indoor pickleball and racquetball and stuff. So you don't have to golf.
But even though you're a non-golfer, you want a golf cart. You keep talking about wanting a golf cart.
I want a golf cart because they're so much more agile than driving a car around.
Well, you can get everywhere. Like there are some golf carts that look like cars, but the key is you have to get something that's actually registered as a golf cart. Now there are some golf carts that are registered dual registration, so you can drive on streets too, believe it or not.
Yeah.
They're expensive too. Some of them are fully electric, some of them are gasoline powered. Just depends on what you want. The fully electric, the biggest issue with the fully electric I see, they do have lots of air conditioning and stuff, which is awesome. The problem is the range. It really is. That's the real holdback on that, because this community is massive. And you're going to run out, and you're not going to be able to fast charge or anything, because I don't think there's any kind of infrastructure for that.
Yeah, some people put 40 miles a day on their golf cart.
Okay, so the answer is yes, the Villages offers many activities beyond golf. They have tennis, pickleball, bocce, swimming, walking trails, fishing, social clubs, arts, dancing, crafts, nightly entertainment, town squares. So even if you don't golf, there are plenty of social recreation opportunities. Okay, number 6, how socially active is the Villages, clubs, events, and entertainment? How socially active? How? We just talked about how it's not a place really to watch TV in your lazy boy, but how do you think everybody's doing stuff? I mean, we see the activity in our groups too. Denise looks almost taller than me because I'm on a slope here.
People are always talking about the clubs. I don't know how frequently they meet, so I would have to join to know how active they are.
Yeah, one question we have actually, and I have, is there's so many. There's 3,000. Like I said, our club, the Health Optimization Club in the Villages, anybody can join. And what I've heard is that initially, at least with newer clubs, a lot of people show up and then it kind of fades. And there's so many people and so many clubs. There's only so many hours in the day, and there's all these other activities to do. I wonder what kind of attendance they get at these different clubs. I don't even know. If you know, let us know in the comments. So the answer is very socially active. The community lists over 3,000 resident-run clubs and organized activities each week. There are nightly live musical events, again, in the squares. All those are free. You don't need to be a resident here. There's a schedule at the Villages, nightly entertainment. Just type that into a search engine, you'll find it. Dance nights, town square gatherings, dozens of recreational centers. The social calendar is robust. Number 7, how safe is the community? What about crime rates? We've been all over.
Statistically, the crime rate is a lot lower than your average American city. I've read that.
Yeah, and I think that we say it's what we found ourselves doing our own research is that it's the safest community in the state of Florida, lowest crime rate in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
So there is some, but not a whole lot. Okay, so while I did not find detail, the Villages advertises 24-hour community watch service. Given its age-restricted nature, limited full-time families, and actually, you got to remember too, since it caters to older people, they don't have that. They're active. Everybody's here, but they don't have that super high energy level, I would say. That creates some of these, I don't know, bad situations, if that makes sense.
Like if they broke into a store, how fast could they run away?
Yeah, there's not even a possibility that stuff happening here. I'm going to move again. The sun is moving, we're moving, so we're getting closer to the camera. And I'm trying to get a little more uphill, so I'm a little taller than you.
Why don't we just switch so that you're not fixated?
We should do that. But then you're like, oh my gosh,
short.
now I'm getting the sun more.
This is fine.
I got to move to the camera a little closer. All right, so as always, check local crime rates. Number 8, what is the golf cart culture like? The whole culture of golf carts. We did a report on Eastport, the new town square, and they're only going to allow the closest spots to be golf cart only, not vehicles, even on the main streets. So what do you think what is the golf cart culture like?
I didn't know there was
giant vulture.
Golf.
There's a lot of them around here.
Are they trying to compare golf cart culture to like motorcycle gangs where you have to have a Harley or you're not
Maybe.
cool.
Maybe.
I don't think it matters because I see people with both gas and electric golf carts. Some have covers on the side, some don't. I don't think they discriminate. I don't think they get together for golf cart rallies to win awards for the best cart. I think people use it for basic transportation and going to the golf course.
Yeah, and I also think that, generally in the United States, it's a vehicle culture, not a golf cart culture, right? Everywhere we go, everything's designed around the automobile. And in this case, it's designed around outdoor use of biking, walking, running, and golf carts. And still plenty of cars. There's parking lots. There's seas of parking lots at every shopping plaza, right? Yeah. But there's plenty of places where only golf carts can park as well. So, it's a major feature. Residents commonly use golf carts to travel between neighborhoods, town squares, and amenities. And this thing is so vast from north to south, I don't even know how long it would take on a golf cart to go from like Spanish Springs Square to Eastport. Yeah. So ideally, if you're looking for a place and you want to do everything, you want to kind of live in between, although they're going to develop more south of Eastport too. So don't think that's the southern limit. Although it was kind of a weird vibe. We did the tour of Eastport. The video is linked down below and also in our TVCI group. And what I thought at the end of this Finger Lake where you see the sunsets, I thought that was a water tower. And somebody corrected me in the video and said, no, that's actually the guard tower for the Coleman State Penitentiary. So I was like, that's not really the best vibe, Yeah, everything else looks great about that. But I'm like, now that I know that that's what that is, everybody's enjoying themselves over here partying, right? And then you look over to the prison guard tower. Okay. Let's see. There are golf cart trails connecting much of the community, or almost all of the community, really. Yeah. Some carts are highly customized. We've definitely seen that. Was that a customized? It was a green one. The golf cart lifestyle is integral. You'll see many carts and roads trails that are built to support them. Yes. Okay. Number 9. Are there younger people / families in the villages, or is it strictly for older residents? What would you say?
Well, you just said earlier that there are communities that allow families.
Only like one, maybe. I can't remember what it's called. Is it like Middleton or something? Somebody let me know in the comments.
Yeah.
But they say mainly it's for people who work here because there's a lot of employment here because there's so many businesses, so many services too. We're seeing constantly in our group, and we highly encourage you to join our group and ask like, hey, who's the best electrician? Etc. All this kind of stuff. There's so many services that people require around here. Mm-hmm. So it's not strictly for older residents. The dominant population is older, right? Yes. 55 plus. If you look up the demographics, I believe Sumter County, which is the largest county part of the villages of the 3 counties, that has one of the oldest average ages in the United States. I believe it's like 68, something like that. The only other ones that are close are other counties that we go to. We hang out with the old people. It's Charlotte County, Florida, which is in southwest Punta Gorda area. That's up there in the top 5, I think, and also Highland County, Virginia, which is where we have a farm. So the dominant population is over 55. However, a limited number of younger adults household may live there due to the 80% rule. Okay, that's the thing, 80%. There's so many people here that are 55 plus, right? So many, almost everybody, that it doesn't matter if they probably built out all the rest of the houses and everybody else was between 20 and 40, it wouldn't make any difference. They're still going to meet the 80 plus rule. And they're going to age out too as they live here. Are you feeling bugs, ants? I don't know.
No, there's a hair.
Okay. Also, there are three, here it is, designated, quote, family unit neighborhoods where children may reside. Visitors of any age may stay within rules. So while the community skews older, younger people are not totally absent, especially as visitors.
Yeah. We saw kids at the square last night.
We did, yeah. Do you think more over the last 2 years? Have there been more younger people?
Not really, no. But there are always kids dancing at the squares.
Yeah, grandkids usually visiting. Okay, number 10, round out the top 10. Can visitors / families stay or visit easily? The answer is yes. Yeah, guests and family members can visit. There are restrictions for permanent residents, e.g. under age 19, typically not allowed to live full-time. But visitors, for example, grandchildren can stay for limited time. For example, persons under 19 may not live there, but visits of up to 30 days are referenced. So let me know if you know if that varies between neighborhood to neighborhood, that you can stay up to 30 days, sounds like.
And if you don't have enough room in your patio home, there are hotels near all the squares too.
Yeah. All right, number 11, what types of homes are available? Villas, cottages, premier homes? And the answer is yes. There's all types of homes available. The one thing that isn't available is a large lot.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we're standing here in these fences. This is like about the average size of a house lot. It started out as a trailer park, and in the Orange Blossom section north of 441 in Marion County, that's what it was. So trailer park lots typically are very small and narrow, right?
Yeah.
And that's how the counties and the local jurisdictions have worked with the villages developers over the years to make all of them like that. And occasionally you'll find a few that are slightly larger or can have a pool or something like that, but that's not typical. And then fences aren't typical either. Another thing you want to consider, we have fences behind us right here, but that's not typical in a neighborhood. Maybe some of the newer ones, you can actually have walls and things that separate, which is nice because it's actually like a real genuine courtyard, which is kind of cool. But I think on the older ones, you can't do that. And you can't just erect a fence either. You have to get permission if it's even allowed. So keep that in mind.
So did anyone buy 2 lots and build a McMansion?
Yeah, actually, I don't think you're allowed to. That would be a good question, though. Let us know if anybody knows the answer to that. So some are resale, some are new builds. I will tell you, when we first started looking around here a couple years ago, everyone said, oh, the resales are more expensive because they have all these extra things on them that people have added over the years that they don't have. They don't even offer when they're building new. But they also can potentially have little to no bond. A bond is basically like the developer amount of infrastructure for each lot, for like water, sewer, electricity, roads, all that they pass along to you, the buyer. They usually do that anywhere else, but they definitely do it here. And the new bonds, if you're doing new houses, which they do not negotiate on price, is around $60,000 right now at the time of recording of this video. Older ones were considerably less, potentially on when they were built, or paid off, or at least partially paid off, and they negotiate on price. So just keep all that in mind. Oh, and by the way, I am a licensed realtor in another state. If you need help connecting with a realtor, just reach out to me through the Villages Florida community information anyway there, or you can contact us there.
Especially if you want to move to North Carolina.
Raleigh, North Carolina. Yeah, well, either way, I can still help you. I'm a licensed realtor. I just don't sell any property in the state of Florida, but I can connect you with people. All right, number 12. And actually, I'm not sure if this was asked, another unique feature here, since I'm a realtor, I'm aware of this, in the villages, is there are 2 types of real estate agents around here. It's not usually the case, okay?
Yeah.
Usually, you're either a real estate agent / realtor, which I kind of consider the same thing, even though if you're an agent, you don't have to be a realtor. Almost everybody is. And then there's this VLS agent, which doesn't even operate in the multiple listing service or the MLS. It's Villages Listing Service, and they don't even publish to Zillow or anything. Okay, so you kind of have to pick up the Villages Daily Sun or listen to WVLG or find where they're advertising or get with another Villages agent in order to find out the latest about those properties, because you won't get them with a regular real estate agent.
Yeah. So
and they're not on the MLS, they're on the VLS.
You might need an agent who has access to the MLS and one who has access to the VLS, because no one has both.
Correct. So you need 2 agents, which is... I'm glad we're covering this now, but that's how it is. You just keep that in mind, because otherwise you'll be like, I didn't know about that. How come I didn't know about that? That's because the VLS agents only want to sell. I think the VLS agents aren't allowed to be realtors too.
Yeah, they're not.
They're
sales associates.
Right, so they don't want to sell you any house on the MLS. Just keep that in mind, okay? That's very unique about this area. 12, what is the typical price range of homes? Well, I'll tell you the starting price, you probably won't find anything less than $200,000, I think, at this point in time. And that's for an older one, potentially a trailer or manufactured home, probably has siding, not concrete block, and probably potentially needs some updating. And it's probably one of the smaller ones.
Are any of them a 1-bedroom?
Some of them are, I think. Yeah, some of the older ones. Yep. Okay, so specific current price range is not about, okay, the Villages speaks of surprisingly affordable living. Well, 200, there's nothing really affordable anymore. That doesn't exist, okay? So think of it. You need at least $200,000 to get something, and you have to generally be 55 years or older. And it's going to be an older house. Yeah. And keep in mind, too, that almost everything available here, even though they're tiny postage stamp lots like we're talking about, they're all detached single-family homes. All right, that's the benefit here. So you get to know your neighbors. You're real close with your neighbors. But another side, a negative here, and we'll get to it in some of the other questions here, is that there are no restrictions on renting, long-term or short-term. So you could have a whole street full of Airbnbs. And I was kind of thinking, well, if we're going to buy, I want to find a neighborhood that doesn't allow Airbnbs or rentals. I want to just know my neighbors, right? But I don't think you can do that here.
Exist.
Yeah, at least not at this point in time, unfortunately. So cost of living examples for new real estate listings, some are up to $1.5 million for some of the houses. Number 13, what are the monthly / annual fees? HOA, amenity fees, CDD, etc. Okay, now this is the fees that you pay for all this infrastructure here that's unique to the villages and all the entertainment, although that's actually, it's not paid by, entertainment is paid outside of the amenity fee, I believe.
Yeah. And the answer is it depends, right, on your village.
Well, kind of. The villages has an amenity fee, sometimes called a monthly amenity fee or activity fee, which provides access to golf, meaning executive courses, okay? You can have free golf for life, but only on the executive. That means 9 holes.
9 hole
okay?
Courses.
Yeah, but they're all over the place. But any other course, the better courses, you have to pay still, but it provides you access. And then, so the recreation centers, they're all over. The clubs, the pools, they're all over. And we haven't gone to any of them, I don't think.
No.
And we might do a lifestyle visit. A lifestyle visit lets you get in all these things. For 2025, the prevailing rate is cited at $199 a month. That's Earlier material shows $189 a month. But overall, that's not that. I mean, we're in a condo when we're not here in Northern Virginia, and that's like $300 a month.
$414.
Oh my, holy crap! Yeah, and there's nowhere near the amenities, right?
No.
That this place has.
But that covers. It's a condo, so it covers our maintenance, like our lawn care and exterior care, roof repairs and things. These are single family homes, so you got to maintain it yourself.
That's right, you do. You still do. That's actually a negative, if you ask me, because if somebody does all of it, it's going to look good all the time. The one thing that ruins property values is the one bad looking house that somebody doesn't maintain. Just has to be one of them, and then nobody wants to move into the street. So
I'm sure there are rules on that, though, because I've never seen a bad looking house in the villages.
Yeah. I don't think I have either, but we really haven't spent too much time in the neighborhoods. All right, so we talked about the bond paid or low bond, any new house non-negotiable on price, and you're paying like 60 grand over like 20 years. That's how it's worked in your tax bill. If I didn't tell you, you may not notice it. You may wonder what that cost is. But this is what it is. Usually the developer does not pass along costs to consumers, but in this case they do. That's how they did it. So they're definitely making money. But I'll also tell you, it's not just about them making money. They have a great track record, I'd say, of maintaining everything here. Everything's very, very well maintained. Yeah. Nobody has any complaints about that, I don't think. A lot of times they'll renovate stuff before you even knew it needed to be renovated.
Yeah.
Number 14. Are there restrictions on buying, age minimums, occupancy rules? Answer is yes. The community is marketed as a 55 plus. At least one occupant must be age 55 plus. That's what they say. Also, persons under 19 cannot reside full time under the Housing for Older Persons Act, HOPA. Age restricted rules apply, and the villages meets these provisions. In practice, however, enforcement of age restriction rules has been discussed as a concern because, like I said, they have such a high percentage. It's the 80-20 rule. They have way more than 80% of full-time residents as 55 plus, way more. So anybody can buy into here. Nobody, even if it's a single person under 55, they'd sell you a house, I'm pretty sure. I'm almost certain, almost 100% certain. And if it was a couple and one was under 55 and one was over, they'd sell. If it was a couple, both were under 55, adults, they'd sell. So there's actually no restrictions if you ask me. If you know different, please let us know in the comments. Number 15, can you rent a home in the villages? Answer, yes. We see them all over. Actually, we don't let real estate listings happen in our group because they would just cover the whole feed. But unfortunately, like we said, there's actually a glut, if you ask me, of rentals in this community, short-term and long-term. People can't get their money out because there's a lot of snowbirds. People think that they're doing it for investments. But the reality is there's way more rental properties per set number of homes than I see anywhere else. Yeah, that's what I would say.
A lot of homes here are vacant for the summer because I know people are advertising having someone check on their home or watch over it.
Home watch,
for the summer.
So I would love to see a neighborhood where they don't allow any form of rental, or maybe only yearly rentals. Let's say it's got to be a 1 year or more lease. That's okay, because you just want to know the people that are there. You know what I'm saying? Or no rentals at all. I would love to see that. If anybody knows how that can happen in the villages, let us know. But that's the biggest thing, because like I said, you could be on a street of 10 houses and you could be the only homeowner full time, and 9 of them could be Airbnbs, and there's different people. You know what I'm saying? That's not generally the experience, though. All right, I see the villages. Many age-restricted communities restrict short-term leasing, and the villages does not. They have covenants and age restriction rules, and you need to check on them. But from what we see, there's no restrictions on those. So it's good and bad, I guess. It almost caters to the investor, and I don't like to see that because we see how the neighbors really know each other well and have a good time. We want to see more of that. We don't want to see people staying for a few days all over the neighborhood. It's going to turn into like a vacation community. That's what some people are saying it's turning into. I've seen that anyway.
But you wouldn't want to come here just for a vacation because there's no beach.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, they're not too far away, right? All right, number 16, what are the taxes like? Property tax special assessments. They are similar to other Florida homes, which is about 2% of assessed value. And by the way, they may pass a law that if it's your homestead, primary residence, you have to declare it, then you may not have to pay any taxes if that's voted on next November. That remains to be seen. But for now, if you buy a $400,000 home, expect an $8,000 a year tax bill right away, which is kind of pricey, if you ask me. So, I mean, you do still get a homestead exemption, but it's $25,000 per couple, per individual person on a couple, $50,000 max. On a $400,000 home, it doesn't make that much of a difference, if you think about it. Not much, some, but not much. All right, cost estimates. Number 17, how much do utilities/maintenance cost on average? Well, it's funny because I've been seeing people complaining about utilities, and of course, you're hooked up to whatever they give you, right?
Yeah.
And you have to pay the rate, whatever it is. So, check our group, the Villages Community Information. Here, website.
So you need water, electric, and sewer.
Yeah.
And your own.
They're giving examples like $48 a month, trash $11 a month, electric $75. I don't know how accurate that is. Let us know your experience and your house size down below so we know what that is. And of course, maintenance for home interior upgrades is homeowner responsibility, and exterior as well, right? Number 18, how large is the community? Acreage population. It spans roughly 57 square miles according to Wikipedia. Population data, it's grown rapidly. The website says, I don't know whose website this is, that 75% of residents are full-time. Do you think that would be correct? I don't know.
I think that's right. A lot of people say they're here for the summer too. So they talk about staying indoors in the air conditioning. The rec centers have air conditioning.
But it's still nice. The music's always, there's live entertainment, live music every night of the year at all four, well, actually only 3 squares right now, including Sawgrass, which is only a partial square. And that's 365 days a year, but inclement weather, meaning really cold, really windy, or rain, they will cancel or postpone, or just cancel. Or end early sometimes. We've seen that. Number 19, are homes new build, resales, or both? Answer is yes. Okay, 20. What are the resale values, trends of homes in the villages? Okay, what I see is the developer, they keep jacking up the bond on the new houses. And what can you do about that? Just not buy one, I guess. Yeah. And they fluctuate the actual price, but that bond still keeps going up. So they keep making more money off every house every time they sell a new property, and they don't negotiate. But the resales, they didn't negotiate either a couple of years ago when we first showed up, but now they do. Now they're some of these people who are motivated, and there's a lot of emergency vehicles with lights and no sirens that show up all the time in this community. People pass away here. So many times the families just want to sell it. And if that's the case, you're going to get a crazy deal potentially, but only on resales. Just keep that in mind.
By the way, some street legal golf carts can go up to 200 miles on a full tank of gas. So you could go from one end of the villages to the other on a full tank without filling up.
Yeah, and there's gas stations too. There's regular gas stations you can fill, and also golf cart gas stations. I don't know if there's a difference in the price of the fuel. Let us know in the comments if you know that. Okay, 21. What amenities are included with residents? Golf course, it's access to golf courses, but free executive golf, and access to rec centers, pools, etc., and free use, usually, unless there's a paid class. I think usually the classes are free as well, but you have to check on that.
And you're not restricted to your rec center either. The one in your village, you could go to other ones too, I heard people say, because there's one under renovation right now, reconstruction, and that people are saying, go to the other ones.
Yeah, okay. Number 22, how many golf courses / pickleball courts, tennis courts are there? According to Wikipedia, the villages operates 56 golf courses with 729 holes, including 42 9-hole executive, those are the free ones, and 12 country club champions. Other sources, amenity fee reports 40. Okay, well, these are, numbers vary. Okay, they're constantly building new ones too. So there's going to be more.
Yeah.
23, is golf included or are there extra fees? We just covered that, right? Executive courses, 9 holes are free. Everybody else is a fee. 24, what kind of golf clubs and social clubs exist? Thousands of them, around 3,000. Dancing, arts and crafts, theater, volunteer groups, hobby groups.
I saw cheerleaders.
Cheerleaders, okay.
Oh, and by the way, about the crime rate, people are often saying that they lost something out of their golf cart, like their garage remote or something.
Well, the bag of clubs falls off on a trail. That's a common one.
Yeah, but a lot of people just leave their golf bags in the car when they go to the entertainment, and they say they've never had an issue. So that's a good
someone
sign.
did say that a rear floor mat of a new golf cart was stolen. That's the first time I've seen a report of anyone's thing stolen in the last couple of years. People are saying the wind blew it away.
Yeah,
right?
Several people have said the wind will blow it away when you go around a turn.
Okay, number 25. What's the town square / nightlife scene like? How would you describe that?
It's vibrant. It's happy. People are dancing. I see strange costumes like those shoes that look like giant shock absorbers. And some lady had a cape on last night that was illuminated.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
They're out having fun. Like I said earlier, no one has a care in the world.
So multiple town squares. There's 3. Partial Square, Sawgrass is the partial square, and then 4 Eastport, but they don't have entertainment yet. But Eastport, look at the video. They have covered areas, so this tree is kind of covering us from the sun. You want to get in the shade a little. Let me move over here a little bit. But you can't really get in the shade at the town squares except for the new Eastport, because they have these cloth coverings, which are pretty cool. You have to go check it out in the video if you haven't seen it.
Canopies.
Yeah, canopies. That's right. The scene is active for older adults in the early evening and night, but everything shuts down at 9 p.m. You're in bed by 9 p.m., even though you have an active lifestyle, okay? And there's plenty of places to buy drinks and stuff, the little bar huts at these places, right? And many people have become intoxicated, which is a problem. Many people have been pulled over. Don't drink and drive. It's really bad, for sure. And the police are out there. They don't want that happening. But I don't know if they enforce any drunk driving on the golf cart paths. I'd be curious if anybody knows how that works.
I've never seen a DUI checkpoint on the golf cart.
Well, we've seen some horrible news reports of, I've even seen one where, some people have died with golf cart collisions because they generally don't have seatbelts, and you slide off and you fall off on the pavement and hit your head. That's what happens. Okay,
so
you may think, it's safe, nothing's going to happen. Yeah, but you will die if you fall, if you get hit sideways or jerk sideways, fall out, hit your head. The other thing we saw was one person got drunk and drove their vehicle under a golf cart tunnel. These golf cart tunnels are super small, and I don't know how. I think they might have got wedged in there. I don't know.
Yeah, she got stuck.
Yeah. Okay. So the scene is active in the early evening and night, but maybe quieter compared to younger adult nightlife in large cities. I'd say absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're young and you're trying to stay out late after 9 p.m. is late here.
You got to go to New York City for that.
Yeah. Some visitors note everything winds down earlier than typical college or younger adult environments. Yes. Okay. Number 26. Are there shopping, dining, movies, and other entertainment options on site? There are, but the movies are going away because movies are going away everywhere. They're converting movie theaters around here, it seems like.
Yeah.
But there's still one at Lake Sumter Market Square, right? So shopping, dining, entertainment on site? Yes. Okay. Limited, but like there's only one Thai restaurant in the whole villages, right? Everybody knows about it, Ruby Thai. Don't go because then it would be crowded for us. Okay. Yes, the villages, on-site shopping centers. Okay. Number 27. What health / fitness facilities exist? Gyms, pools. Yes, they all exist. Okay, we're going to skip over that. Number 28. What transportation options exist? Can you take the bus in the villages? Can you?
I have seen buses coming to the villages.
You have?
and back when we allowed advertising, there were private companies that allowed transportation, that provided transportation.
Yeah, well, that's the airports.
To MCO.
Those are the airports. Yeah, MCO is the Orlando airport, but they do have those tour buses where they give prospective people a ride on there, and they have golf carts they'll loan out to you. This is from the developer, okay? But those are not like city buses where you pay 50 cents or whatever. There's no bus route.
Yeah,
that goes through the bubble, maybe along 441 or something, but that's a state highway. So aside from that, you're on your own, just like everywhere else in a suburb, right? I guess is how I would describe it.
Yeah, there's no metro
because you're in between Orlando and Ocala here, basically. That's where you are, but it's a vast area.
You can always get an Uber.
Yeah. Number 29. Are pets allowed in the villages? Any rules regarding them?
Yeah, we see people with dogs everywhere.
But the fenced-in yards is a problem, so keep that in mind. So many places you can't fence them in. You're not allowed to. You'll get in trouble if you try.
Well, you can get one of those electric fences.
Yes,
the hidden fence, the invisible fencing.
Yeah, there may be breed restrictions. I don't know. Let us know in the comments if you're a pet owner. We don't own pets, so we don't know. Number 30, how far is the villages from major cities, airports, and beaches?
It's less than an hour to Orlando, right?
45 to 60 minutes from Orlando metropolitan area. Beaches, 1 to 2 hours of driving, depending on destination.
Yeah, Cocoa Beach is
not
the
too far.
closest.
Yeah. 31, what are the age restriction rules? We already went through all that. The 80% rule under HOPA allows for up to 20% of units to have occupants under 55. You hear that?
We already went over that.
Right, but that's to make sure people are aware. So younger persons or households may be permitted within that quota. And actually, it's not may. They are. They're not checking. They're so far over. They're so saturated with 55 plus people, like almost everybody.
But
that doesn't matter.
Most young people with kids want to move somewhere where there's other young people with kids. So why would they want to move here?
Yeah. Well, they'll be treated like little adults here, that's for sure, if you raise your kids in a retirement community. Number 32, what are the community covenants, restrictions, home appearance? Well, there is covenants, conditions, and restrictions which govern home maintenance, landscape. So you have to do it all. They don't do it for you, but you have to do it, and you have to do it the way they say it. So there may be some Karens running around, and there's plenty of retired people on the boards here that have nothing better to do, right?
So you can't paint your house camo and leave beer cans on the lawn and have
put a purple door,
chickens running around.
Roosters too, especially, right? They're not going to last very long around here. All right, number 33. Who governs the villages? What kind of oversight? It's governed by several mechanisms. The developer, which originally builds and markets a community, the homeowners associations, HOAs, for individual neighborhoods, and the community development districts. That's kind of what weaves this all together and allows this developer to put in like regular, narrow McMansions on trailer park lots. Okay, that's probably the best way I could describe it. That's what this community is, and you need special permission to be able to do that. They don't let you do that anymore anywhere, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
All right, those ants.
I just had a sharp pain in my
throat. We're almost done. Let's get out of here. The red ants are getting us. Okay, I'm going to keep going. 34. Why are there gated entries or private roads? They are. What are they called? They're called gated access, restricted access communities. Basically, it's not a gated community. You can go anytime to one of those guard areas or the arms that come down. And guess what? When you drive up, there's a little round red button and you push it and you go in. I've made videos. That's all you have to do. 24 hours a day.
Some people don't like us revealing this information, but guess what? Everyone knows. If you want a gated community, you have to move to top of the world.
Well, I don't know if that's gated. I don't even know.
There are gated communities in Ocala.
Are there? Okay, yeah. Well, I don't know if top of the world's gated. All right, 35. What are the guest visitor policies? Under age 19 can visit it, but generally 30 days may trigger occupancy rules. 36. What are the rules for golf carts, roads, speed, licensing? Actually, there is one caveat here and concern is that people say when you rent a house out to somebody, it's nearly impossible to get insurance for these golf carts because people have been killed, like we said, for people other than the homeowners or their family that are using them. So like people who are renting, they don't have insurance. And and also the owners of these houses that are renting out, they're not covered if something happens in those golf carts. So just keep that in mind. This is a very, very difficult and tricky situation with that.
It's a big liability.
Yeah, it's a hole in the liability. That's what it is. All right. A trail fee applies if you wish to use your golf cart on the trail system of executive courses. Let me know about that. We're not golfers. We don't understand that. Speed limits. I don't think anybody's running radar. I don't know. Although some people soup these carts up so they go fast, okay?
Yeah.
But we see that too on any greenway. You see the road bikers with the aero helmets, going like 90 miles an hour down the trail while you're walking.
Yeah.
That's the differential speed's the worst part, so just be really careful out there. 37, are there restrictions on short-term rentals? The answer is no, unfortunately. I would say, well, if you're an investor, it's great, but the problem is there's way too many rentals. Don't buy here if you're an investor. That's what I would say. Go somewhere else. 38, how are services handled? Garbage, maintenance, utilities, just like everywhere else, and there's fees for some of them. 39, what happens if you violate a community rule? You are kicked out immediately. No. It says the homeowner may be subject to fines, warnings, enforcement actions by the HOA and CDD, I'm sorry. For age restriction violations, enforcement has been an issue. See discussion of enforcement of children under 19 rule. The typical notice, hearing, fine are spelled out in the documents. 40, are there future expansion plans or major developments within the villages? Future expansion plans. Actually,
we know of.
In this plaza where we are, a Hooters just opened up. First Hooters ever in the villages, and a Walmart is under construction adjacent to here, okay? And Costco just went in. And I'm wondering when Whole Foods is going to get here. Personally, if you know, let me know. But I'd say this is constantly expanding, right? I mean, there's so many people here, and there really isn't a poverty issue here in the villages. So when you take poverty out, you take all the younger people who have way too much time in their hands and nothing to do, right? And no money. It's just a whole totally different dynamic. And it's like its own world, really, I'd say. That's why they call it the bubble.
Yeah.
Build your dream home. Yeah, they have in all the squares. They have all these build your dream home showrooms and stuff to pick everything out. 41. What healthcare facility is available in the villages? Okay, we saw the helicopter at the Spanish Plains Hospital in the villages on 441, right near Spanish Springs. That's really the only major hospital. There's the villages health. The building's right here, actually. They have limited services, but join our health optimization club in the villages FL. And you'll never get sick, or pretty much eliminate almost all non-communicable diseases. You won't need this stuff. And if you have a non-communicable disease, you're having so much fun here, let's get rid of it, right? Yeah, so come to our club. We'll tell you how. We'll show you how. We'll hook you up with a doctor who can give you medical advice, who knows what we're talking about too. It's all about habits and knowing people that do this. We're 55 and we don't have any illnesses. We don't have to see doctors except to ask them how they're doing once a year, right? All right, number 42, how easy is access to hospitals? Well, we just did that one. 43, what is the cost of living here compared with other retirement communities? I have no idea. Do you?
No
okay,
idea.
I think it's for the...
I heard it's less, you mentioned that it's less than upscale retirement communities.
I guess, I don't even know what those are, but I'd say there's incredible value here. That's what I would put it at. It's not gonna be the cheapest, but what that's really great value or has really great quality stuff is the cheapest. That doesn't exist. You got to pay for it, right? 44. The sun's getting me. The answer getting us. We got to hurry up. We have 6 more. What are the downsides or criticisms of living in the villages? What are the downsides or criticisms? Do you see them?
Oh, people complain about the traffic, and they say that some of the residents here act entitled. That's about it.
All right. Age restriction means fewer younger people, which could not suit those. Home lot sizes may not be standard. You have too close together. Trailer park size. Since the community is large, and by the way, they're knocking a lot of those old trailers down and building stick-built houses, just so you know. Since the community is large, distances between amenities may require a large traveling distance or vehicle. Amenities fees up to $200 a month. Some enforcement of the rules, too much enforcement or not enough, has been contentious. Nightlife for younger adults is limited, of course. No giant loud late night party scene. I don't hear a lot of roaring engines around here either.
No,
right?
It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's very pleasant. Nothing that really gets on your nerves, right? Yeah. That's what I would say. 45, what is the demographic makeup, age, diversity, background? Well, we hear people want more diversity.
Yeah.
We're white, we can't change that, but there are a lot of other people like us here, and that's been a thing we've heard. People want, and I'm sure over time it will become more diverse, right? But there's no diversity in age either, very little. So, because it's a 55 plus community, that's a legal form of discrimination. So, all right. So one source says 85.2% of the population is 65 or older. 85.2 of the population of villages is 65 or older. All right, 46. What happens if a resident's health declines? Assisted living or support. They have nearby assisted living long-term care facilities, although I did not find, okay, residents should plan ahead. That's what they're saying. Or lifestyle is a critical factor. Okay, yeah, join our group. That's all you have to do. Our group, it's down below, okay? The links are down below, or go to the Villages Florida Community Information. Join, you'll find the links there. It's called Health Optimization Club in the Villages FL.
Mike has a free book called Live to 150.
Live to 150, that's right.
You can live that old.
That means that you're gonna live the first 30 of your life outside the villages, and then this next 2/3, next 100 years over here. Okay. 47, how is transportation to and from the villages for family, friends, especially far away? It's just like anywhere else, right? Just like anywhere else, nothing there. 48, how do homeowners feel about the community satisfaction, social fit? High satisfaction, many residents, that's what it says.
Yeah, a lot of people comment in our group when we post questions, what was your first impression of the villages? So many people said we love it or we loved it.
Yeah, okay, 49, what happens during storms, hurricanes, disasters? Well, hardly any hurricanes. We're so far inland. The hurricanes are really a much right on the coast problem. Insurance rates are less here because of that too, so don't have to worry so much about that. It's affordable for Florida anyway, living, right? So yeah, not much to worry about with any of those natural disasters. Last one is the Villages, number 50, a good fit for someone looking for a slower pace versus highly active. Well, it depends on how you interpret slower pace, because it's a very active lifestyle, and you're an introvert and you seem to like it, right?
Yeah, I'm fit, but I see people here that are way more fit than I am.
Really?
So they're even more active.
You better get to work. Yeah, they won't let us in here. They won't. Actually, they can't deny you buying a house for that. Slower pace. If by slower pace you mean relaxed, low stress, comfortable retirement with light activities, yes, the infrastructure supports that. If by highly active you mean younger, adult, energetic, nightlife, large families, children, heavy nightlife until late, then maybe it's less appropriate.
Yeah, then it's not for you.
And you'll need to match your personal pace, and a stay visit or a lifestyle visit is what they call it, is strongly recommended. So the last thing we're going to recommend is join our group, the Villages Florida Community Information. If you don't see the links down below, go to this channel description. You'll see a clickable link right there. Join, ask questions, and of course, comment all over this video. Ask us all your questions. We're answering every single comment we get. I am anyway. I don't know if Denise isn't, but I am. And you'll get an answer, and like it, share it, be a subscriber too. We want more subscribers. We just started out, we just passed 100 subscribers, and we only released our first video yesterday, I think, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. And we look forward, like I said, I'm going to be around to 150 and 55, so we got 95 years left, right, Denise?
Yeah.
We'll see what the Villages is like in 95 years and review our videos.
So I'm going to go to my hair appointment.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.